What's up, champ? It's me, Ryan, and this is Play Like a Champion, Sleep Like a Baby. And I want to talk about one of the key concepts in my book, Play Like a Champion, Sleep Like a Baby, which is that once your values are clear, your choices are easy. Now, today, for example, I set out to record this video, even though I don't feel like I'm completely ready. I don't have all of my best equipment. You know, I've got this little mic here on the lapel hanging from my necklace, and I have a much nicer microphone back in the United States. I have a much nicer camera than the FaceTime camera I'm using on this laptop. There's this horrific background music that I can't seem to escape from no matter where I go here. And by the way, this is like the third time I tried recording. I really liked the last recording, but didn't capture any audio that time. So all of that to say, there are a million reasons, as there always will be, a million excuses not to do something. In fact, there will arguably always be more excuses and reasons not to do something than there will be to do something. And in this case, one of the core principles in the book, Sleep Like a Champion, Play Like a Champion, Sleep Like a Baby, is that once your values are clear, your choices are easy. And so what does that mean? It means that in this context, with all the things I talked about before, this unbelievable yet bad music, the people that are around that I could be embarrassed about, you know, hearing me talk and do this right now, the sweltering heat and humidity I'm dealing with, all these reasons, I value making this video and taking the steps towards my vision for what I want out of this project, this book, Play Like a Champion, Sleep Like a Baby, this channel, Play Like a Champion, Sleep Like a Baby. My vision and the things that I want, I value them more highly than any embarrassment or any, you know, perfectionism that I might suffer from. That's my favorite form of procrastination. So with all the choices there are in the world today, and there are an infinite number of choices about, you know, in a lot of ways, there are so many choices about how are you going to spend your time, what type of job or career you're going to pursue, a guy or a girl that you might be interested in, what are you going to do for recreation, which book to read, there's all these choices we deal with every day. What are you going to eat, put in your face? And one of the best frameworks I found for dealing with navigating this crazy, chaotic world we live in is once your values are clear, your choices are easy. So you know what you value, and therefore it becomes very easy to make decisions in the moment, in the, you know, short term, medium term, long term, about what direction you'd like to head in. And so, you know, this unbelievably bad music is not going to stop me from taking the steps necessary to get closer to what I want. And that's part of the idea too with Play Like a Champion, okay? Play like a champion, sleep like a baby means when you see something that you want, when you identify something that you want, you go for it. You find a way, you destroy the excuses and the obstacles, and you know, by doing that, you might not always get exactly what you want, you might not always get exactly what you want when you want, and so on, but by at least taking those steps, by doing what's necessary to get closer to by hitting your marks, as I talk about in the book as well, hitting your marks, like you're an athlete running a play, or like you're in a play and you have to, you know, go to this position and say these lines. By doing the things that are necessary, you are playing like a champion, and that will allow you later, and immediately, but later, literally, to sleep like a baby, because you are not going to be sitting there wondering, laying up at night going, oh man, I should have done that thing, or I wish I had just started today, or I wish I had talked to that person, or, you know, I wish I had X, Y, Z, because you played like a champion, you did your part, and now you can sleep like a baby. So, with all of that said, this is the first in a series of videos that I'm making that discuss topics and principles in the book. The book, again, is Play Like a Champion, Sleep Like a Baby. If you're interested in the book, it will be coming out very soon. It's almost done. I'm extremely close to being finished with it. I'm planning to have a release party in New York City at the end of August, as well as potentially another release party here in beautiful Nicaragua. I've been invited to do that at a local resort. But anyway, book's coming out soon. If you're interested in getting a free chapter download of the book, you can comment chapter, and I'll give you a choice of one of 3 different chapters that I'm offering. And I'm also setting up the infrastructure to be able to give people, to systematize this so I don't have to do it manually, so they can see what chapters are available for free. They can get an overview of the book on a landing page, a website. They can put their email in. They can get into the ecosystem. And again, it's not entirely ready, but I made a pact with myself that I would make this video the first one and make this channel and get the ball rolling, even though things are not perfectly in line, because I'm tired of waiting personally. And also another principle I discussed in the book is that the promises that you make, the boundaries that you make with yourself, are the most important ones you'll ever make. They're the most important ones that you'll ever make, are the agreements and boundaries that you set with yourself. So in this case, I have been kicking this around for far too long, and I said to myself, May 5th, I'm going to make the first video, and so now I've pulled out all the stops in order to make that happen. Again, despite the horrific music in the background, despite the beautiful women walking around who I might be embarrassed if they saw me making a YouTube video, and all the millions of other reasons, the camera equipment, the video equipment, the infrastructure not being ready. But in a way, by doing this, by hitting my marks, by honoring my own agreements with myself, and by playing like a champion, not only will I be able to sleep like a baby and have a great day tomorrow, but I'm also able to set things in motion, and now I have building momentum, and I will be that much more likely to create the infrastructure that's necessary, get the camera equipment, get the video equipment, find a better location that doesn't have this kind of music issue, just by setting things in motion, in progress. So that's it for today. Have a great day, champ. Talk to you later.